Greetings everyone and welcome to round 6 of the Liga Virtual IndyCar Championship. I honestly do not understand why they keep hiring me to come back here, but maybe they'll start paying me soon. I have no idea. Anyway, we are off. That is the green flag, and let's jump into turn 1. And straight away, it looks like we have Mangelik in the number 15, Norwat in the number 28, and Olsen in the number 6 starting from pit lane. They must have been bad boys out there. Or simply not qualified. I'm not psychic. I have no idea what I'm talking about. I forgot to mention that we are at beautiful Watkins Glen for this one, 30 laps around this amazing course. And I'm getting word that we had some contact between the number 11 driven by Fino and the number 10 driven by Alejandro. Looks like Alejandro accidentally activated his pit limiter and Fino just could not get out of the way in time. And we have another off, it looks like. Ivan in the number 21, granny shifting, not double clutching like he should, gets sent into the corner sideways, and these cars do not enjoy the sideways stuff. And I'm getting word from one of the racing engineers that this is the first pole position for Andretti Autosport. I bet that team is super proud of themselves for that one. That is always great to have that advantage going into the race. That doesn't seem to bother the rest of the drivers and teams out there, as we've got some nice clean racing to start the day off, other than a couple of incidents as we typically expect going into the early turns. Beautiful racing line taken by Fino in the number 11, heading out into the backstretch, and it looks like Alejandro is trying to take the short line with Mangelik and Ivano, showing why we prefer the racing line in IndyCar. You can keep the short line to yourself. Let's go ahead and roll into lap 2. The drivers on their absolute best behavior out there, which makes for good racing, but not so much for the commentary, as I'm just kind of sat here staring at cars drive around in circles, so, you know, take that for what it is. These recaps don't have to be all that exciting, as Alejandro heads into pit lane, and we have a spin. I believe that's Goran in the number 3 car, wrapping it around, as everyone else just kind of, oh, nope, you have to kind of go wide. Okay, let's just get everybody back on track, and okay, cool. I think we're good. I knew I was speaking too quickly. It was just going way too well. There was no way everyone was going to be that well behaved going into all these corners. And for the uninitiated, what you just witnessed there is the commentator's curse. As soon as you say something complimentary, there we go again. As soon as you say something complimentary about the drivers, they start doing whatever it is they want. It's like someone turns off the physics engines for their car alone. And I believe that was Soria going around in the number 77 car. I will have to confirm that one. But yeah, that's why in these recaps, you try not to speak too soon, because you never know when someone might just, you know, try something new, try something else out. They're like, am I driving an Indy car? I think we're going to go for Formula Drift. No, is it a rally car? I might try rally. Let's do some rally here and see how this grass feels. Then the next thing you know, there's blood on the windscreen of the driver behind you, and everyone just has to cry because no one wants to see that kind of stuff. Or maybe they do. That's why they come out here, and we are in the wall on board with Alejandro in the number 10 as he tries to test the rigidity of his tire and suspension combination there. Riding alongside Ivan in the number 21, he taps the car in front of him in a game of bumper cars, which sends him sideways. Did you know that in the UK, bumper cars are actually referred to as dodgems? Yeah, it doesn't make sense to me either. From the driver's perspective of 28, as we enter bullet time, Matrix dodges him, goes into the wall, all for nothing. Really cool move to get around the driver in front of you, but yeah, that wall said, nope, you are mine now, boy. Then Norwat in the 28's like, boy. And then we have a whole Song of the South situation going on. And if you're watching this from outside the US, you have no idea what Song of the South is or why there's even controversy around it. But getting back into the action, we have a big spin. And the camera keeps panning as if nothing even happened there. Collected a bunch of cars with him. Looks to be Alex in the number 27 and Lenz in the number 30 getting caught up in all that with Vengador. And the car is off track one more time. You see, like I said, some of these drivers want to be rally drivers and IndyCar is their only outlet. So they just take the opportunities when they can get them. And I guess there's no rule explicitly prohibiting you from driving off-road as long as you don't interfere with the other drivers. Yellow flag comes up. I think I heard an explosion. Did someone die? Are we going to see some sort of cartoonish scene where the camera cuts to a person running at the speed of an IndyCar holding a steering wheel with a spring on the end of it? Oh no. We are on board and we are in the wall. I didn't even get to say who we were riding with, and we are just not going to go back. Okay, cool. It's not important. What is important is that we continue on and we don't go into the wall anymore. Right, everyone? No one? Not a single person. Ah, well, self-high five. I got this. Let's go. Some drivers giving 2 shakes and a shimmy as we come out of that corner. And we've got confirmation that that last accident collected Vengador for the last time. He is out for the day. Never fun when your race has to end early. With Alex and Lenz following behind just for a pit stop. Maybe they'll just get some maintenance and be back out there racing with everyone else. And we'll be able to at least get some laps on the board for their team. Ace in the number 20 is off to the side, pulled over to the side of the road, and no, he's back out. Maybe he just stalled it, not sure what happened there. We have a big stop going into corner entry, and that's not where you want to be. That is not where you want to have your car break down. We are focusing on the driver, trying to see what's going on. This is number 3, Goran, looking like he might be getting his car rolling. Up, and we are off track with one of the number 15 twins. I can never tell them apart. Can you guys tell them apart? Looks like Goran is out for the count. Hopefully everything is okay, but that is going to be the end of his race. Another one bites the dust. Yeah, I just made sure that that song is stuck in my head for the rest of the day. Thanks, Dave. You're welcome, Dave. At least I have this awesome racing to look forward to while, you know, my head stirs around with music that can no longer be listened to on the radio. And number 77 goes for a dive on number 2. Phoenix has to give it up to Soria, who absolutely dominates that corner and runs away with the prize. And we cut to one of the number 15 twins. I believe this is Mangelic going for a big pass on Olsen in the number 6 car as Olsen just decides, I didn't even want to be in this race anyway. You know what? You can't race me if I'm not racing. I'm off the track. And you, sir, are on fire. I don't know what just happened there. All I know is there's flames, and let's get an emergency crew out there, please, because yeah, you're dead. You're going to die. You are going to die. Scorpion actually performed a fatality on that car. I believe that's Nils Gaming in the number 45. He is definitely out for the rest of the race. Might be out for the rest of the season if they can't get that car repaired. I don't know how you can repair a car from ashes, but maybe they've got a spare in the back somewhere. Yeah, Nils Gaming in the number 45 is gone. I guess the 66 is short for 666 because that car is in hell right now. But we can only focus on that for so long as there's been some amazing racing, some great overtakes and great passes, just like this one that we're watching right now. Tip to butt, nose to butt. Let's do it. Let's get out there and go for the big pass. No, you have to give it back. You are not allowed to pass here. You shall not pass. Oh, big sideways going off track. Rally drivers taking over IndyCar. It's like Houston, Texas all over again. Marit slowing down to enter into pit lane along with Cabeza Speed. They're an amazing company as Rodriguez and Fino enter into the pits as well. Getting some maintenance out of the way. These laps are pretty long here at Watkins Glen. Watching as the drivers exit out of pit lane. Coming up, and nope, we are in the wall, literally in the wall. Clipping through the wall, going into the back rooms with your car. I don't think you're allowed to drive in the back rooms, but that might be a rule that I just made up right now on the fly. Maybe you can bring your car into the back rooms. I have no idea. What I do know is that Ivan in the number 21 and Alejandro in the number 10 are absolutely duking it out. Trading places, going back and forth. Alejandro taking the big pass on that one with Ivan. Nope, what are we doing here? I was just talking about the race. You want to go sideways, so let's get back to the racing, please. Thank you. We follow Arthur in the number 7 with Alejandro in the number 10 as they sail by a very parked number 30, driven by Lenz. Meanwhile, Soria is chasing down Danny in a number 26 car, absolutely driving like he is out for blood. Danny got by him, and he is not going to let that happen ever again. Alejandro absolutely cruising by one of the 15 twins as if he's standing still, that being Thijman. And now he has to try to figure out what the hell just happened as this car went sailing by. We have another car sideways off track at another spot, and we cut to Soria as he gains on Danny big time as we cut to Lenz driving a 3-wheel IndyCar. Let's see how that all came to be. Riding alongside of him now, seeing him go a little bit hard into this corner and coming out, tapping that wall, knocking a wheel free. Customer reports loose steering at the front end. Well, there's your problem. Let's jump back into the racing. Soria absolutely hounding Danny Danny doing an amazing job of defending that inside line, holding on to that apex, watching that racing line disappear underneath him as Soria tries to bury it into his ass. Oh my God, get away from me, please. I like you, but not that way. Soria retaliates, but it's Pride Month. Danny does not give a damn. He is not an ally. He is like, stay away from me. Keep away from my butt. Gets a little under the pressure. That number 26 car giving a little bit of a twitch on corner exit. Mild differences in suspension tuning making big differences at 300 kilometers per hour. And while Danny may be shaken, Soria is not stirred, staying absolutely plastered to that rear wing. Danny driving an absolute full tilt to keep Soria at bay. And I may be wrong here, but it looks like Soria might be a little quicker out of corner exit, and this is where he goes for the opportunity, closing the gap, going on the inside, taking it from Danny. Does he do it? Can he successfully pass him up? Yes, he does. Danny has to concede and gets behind him, and now it's Danny's turn to play the hunter in this game of cat and mouse. And he does just that, immediately going on the prowl. Soria having to run away now. Moving over to an amazing race between Alejandro and Kavanaugh in the number 8. Alejandro in that number 10 car goes for a good pass right before the start finish, and Kavanaugh has to go to the back as we watch a car absolutely slam into that wall. Not sure what happened there, but that did not look fun. Big, huge slide from number 27. Alex trying to heat soak those tires real quick. Jumping on board with the number 15 as he is parked off to the side. Ominous music playing as the camera pans to race cars coming up fast. Number 15 backing onto the track. This can't be cool. Woo! Looks like he got out of the way just in time. Danny to number 26 and Rodriguez and the number 4 are able to sneak by without incident. Soria pulling further and further away from Danny. Riding inside the mind of Rodriguez, driver 3 style. We hijacked his brain. We are watching his moves right now as he tries to overtake Danny. We need to figure out if he's waiting for an opportunity or if Danny is just out driving him at every single turn on this track. More cars out of the race for the day. We have Olsen in the number 6. Once again, Nils Gaming with that fiery offset in the number 45 car. Ace in the number 20 is out. Goran as well in the number 3. And Van Godor in the number 29. He was one of the first outs we saw today. Panning back alongside the track as Ivan goes for a pass on Cabeza's speed. And it looks like he might be able to take it. He does. The drivers shaking off their nerves as we enter into these latter laps. They are in their groove and going for opportunities as they see them. Speaking of which, Rodriguez going on Danny right now, going on to the inside turn and taking him. Rodriguez passes Danny, going hard into that corner, and Danny had no choice but to let him on by. Soria entering into the pits with Danny right behind him. These two drivers battling it out all race long. So let's see how this pans out when they exit pit lane and get back into the hot seat. We fast forward in time as Soria is now out of the pit lane and already hunting down drivers. Looks like Phoenix in the number 2 is in his crosshairs and gets past immediately. Soria taking no prisoners. I don't care where you are in the track. If you're in front of me, you will soon be behind me. Danny doing the exact same thing. Phoenix, just go into the pits, leave everybody else alone, and you are in the wall. Your car is on fire as well. What just happened to you, good sir? That is Alex in the number 27 deciding, I would love to see how flame-proof this racing suit is. Lenz goes for a big spin. He's a passenger, not a driver. Straightens it back out, gets back on track. And Fino in the number 11 car is out in front. Nobody around him. He's just like, am I in a race? Or am I just out here for a Sunday drive? Thijsman in the number 15 putting immense pressure on Ivan in the number 21 car, weaving back and forth behind him, making sure he's staying in his rearview mirror. Ivan succumbs to the pressure. Thijsman goes on the inside and waves his hand in the air. Later, man, I gotta go. I was trying to race you, but you know, if you're just gonna drive off track, that's fine as well. I'm gonna chase down this other guy. Boom! Shakalaka, you just hit that wall hard as hell. Phoenix in the number 2 testing the rigidity of the crash barriers. The other drivers doing a fantastic job of avoiding the chaos that is sideways IndyCar. And somehow through all of this, Fino is still untouched in the number 11, just keeping his distance from the madness, probably playing a video game as he just enters casually into turn 3. Going back down the ranks, we see Danny back in hot pursuit behind Soria as it looks like he's lining up to do a big overtake. This straightaway may give him the opportunity to do just that as he catches the draft right after the start-finish line. Danny goes on the inside of Soria. Soria has no choice, has to give up the ghost. You know he is not happy with that one and will be right back in hot pursuit. But Danny is Honey Badger. Honey Badger don't give a damn. Danny sticks up the middle finger. Soria gets mad and goes right back to sniffing his bum as we try to finish up these last few laps. The battle for second is hot. Soria closing in like a great white shark circling its prey. Danny the Honey Badger doesn't give a damn, hitting every apex the way you're supposed to. Soria matching him input for input, looking for that opportunity to take that pass within these last 4 laps. As Phoenix finds himself in a wall yet again, he's trying to find the apex and it's like, sir, this is a Wendy's? Soria closing the distance, knowing he has the corner exit advantage on Danny as we cut back to Phoenix and, oh, yep, apex over there, car over here. What are you gonna do? I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Continue watching the rest of this race as we round out lap 26 on into 27. Thijman goes around. Or is that Mangelic? I really can't tell. The number 15 twins confuse me constantly. You would think they'd put like, a little bit of nail polish on the forehead of one of them, just to help differentiate between the two of them, like turtles. As we cut to the final lap, it is Fino in the number 11 across the start finish for the win. With a distance the length of a CVS receipt, you now have Danny in the number 26 taking second place and Soria rounding out the podium in third. As always, a huge congratulations to every single one of our drivers, even the ones that were knocked out a bit early. We know it's tough out there, and we hope to see you all in the next round of the Liga Virtual IndyCar Championship. Take care and have a good one.